Is a 15-inch sub really louder than a 12-inch sub? And if so, how much, guys? We're going to put them to the test and see if that myth is really true. Let's get into it. Before I get into it, guys, time to announce the next giveaway on the channel. Now, I do all my giveaways over on my Facebook page, so go check that out in the description below. What we are giving away today is, first off, we have 2 Def Boss Machete Light R 12-inch subs. And the winner is also going to be getting a $25 Down for Sound gift card, guys. So, super exciting. Huge shout out to Down for Sound for wanting to hook one of y'all up. So, to be entered, all you got to do, guys, is 1, be subscribed to this YouTube channel. 2, go like my Facebook page. And then go comment on the post that I'll make on the page about this giveaway, guys. All you got to do, cannot wait to ship this out to one of y'all. All right, so we have got 2 of the Scar EVL subs. Of course, I have a 12-inch version and a 15-inch version, guys. Both of these are dual 2 ohms. We can wire them both to 1 ohm, so we can get pretty much the exact same input going to these guys. And the reason I went with these, 1, they're pretty much identical subs as far as motor and coil and suspension, so that is perfect. Only big difference, of course, baskets and obviously the cones, so it should make it for a pretty comparable test. I know some subs, sometimes the 15s will have a bigger and stronger motor than the 12s. Not really the case here, guys. Second reason is I do have Scar's boxes, so that'll be perfect. We'll know we'll at least have pretty much optimal boxes for each of these guys for doing these tests. Now, I'm not going to go over these subs that much, guys. I have a full review on the EVL, should you want to go check that out. Did that review about probably 2 years ago now. I have a 8,000 watt amp, so we'll really be able to push these guys to their very max to see what the output is. They both have 3-inch coils. They both have 160-ounce motors. Of course, both dual 2 ohms. Now, some of these other specs are a teeny bit off, like the FS is a little bit higher on the 12 than it is on the 15. That is somewhat normal. BL, very, very similar, guys. Same for sensitivity. Only 1 point off there, guys. So overall, very, very similar subs. Now, guys, this is Scar's 12-inch and 15-inch box. Now, this is 2 cubic feet tuned to 36 hertz. So almost in spec for the sub. I think it calls for 2.2 cubic feet tuned to like 37 hertz, I believe. Whereas this guy is 3.8 cubic feet tuned to 31 hertz. And the sub calls for a box that is 3 cubic feet tuned to 34 hertz. So both these boxes are pretty close. This one's a little bit big. This one's a barely teeny bit small. Just take that into mind. These boxes are not 100% perfectly to spec. Also, for all you nuts out there, guys, this video is purely for entertainment purposes only. This is not real science or anything, guys. I'm just doing this for fun because I enjoy it. Both subs are in the boxes. Now, this multimeter always seems to read a teeny bit low, but this guy says it's sitting at 0.8 ohms. And this one over here says 0.6 ohms. So both pretty close. All right, I'm gonna let both these guys break in for a few days just to make sure that these spiders break in a little bit so we don't instantly tear out a spider or something, running some big bursts through these guys. So we're gonna do that, then y'all will get the testing. All right, I've let the 12 and the 15 both break in for a while, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this test, guys. First of all, both subs are going to be over at this far end, the port over on this far side. Both boxes are going to be 16 inches back. All the doors will be closed, all the windows will be closed. We're then going to see how loud we can get each sub at 35, 40, and 45 hertz. For all my tests, we are going to be using the SBL Labs mini bass meter, and we're gonna have it down here in the kick on the passenger side corner. To show how much power we have going through these things, we have the SMD AMM1. Now this is set to dyno mode, so it'll show us the max, but it'll only show us the max up to clipping. So should the amp clip a teeny bit, it will stop it when it gets to there. So it sometimes can make that a little hard for showing the actual power that we're putting to the sub, but so long as it doesn't clip, we should be fine. And for an amp, we have this Par Amps Bass 8K, 8,000 watts at 1 ohm. And we'll, of course, keep the settings and everything the same for both tests. It's an old Testone app. I don't even know if you can get it anymore, but it seems to work pretty well for the videos. So we're going to first do 35 hertz, do it kind of low power, just to show you how this thing is going to work. There you go, put super low power through it. We got a 121. Put 627 watts. Then we got a 130.4. Okay, pushed her real hard there. 4,785 watts. And look at that, fellas. We got a 137.9. Okay, we'll give it one more shot. A little bit more power there. 4,879 watts. But we actually lost a little bit on the score, guys. Got a 135.8. All right, same test, but at 40 hertz. Started off kind of low. 284 watts. Got a 129.7. 2784. Ah, look at that though. It likes 40 hertz. We got a 139.6. 3,973 watts. And we got a 139.9. Seems to be where it's wanting to max out at 40 hertz. You see the ohms rising a little bit higher there, but we got 4,069 watts. And look at that, broke into the 140, got a 140.5. So guys, I have this all the way maxed out. I have not changed these settings on the stereo, but again, at your different frequencies, your ohms are gonna rise differently, and just the overall power output is going to come up somewhat different. It's not gonna be consistent. On the last test, we only rose to 2 ohms, here rose it to 2.4, so we could not squeeze quite as much power out of this guy. But hey, we still got louder at 40 hertz than 35. Now we're gonna try 45 hertz, see what we get there. 137 watts, got a 127.7. See, those ohms are really rising at 45 hertz, but 477 watts, and we got a 132.1. 3,343 watts. Ah, look at that. Broke up into the 140s, guys. Got a 140.5. Okay, we got it maxed out here. Let's see what happens. Rose to 2.7 ohms. We got 3,433 watts. And we did not gain anything, guys. We got a 140.3. Here are the results. The score increased a good deal at 40 hertz and was the exact same at 45 hertz. So we know this box and sub combo likes to peak above 40 hertz. Time to run the exact same test on this 15 here and just see if we're able to blow those numbers out of the water, or hey, maybe it'll just be close, maybe even the same, who knows. All right, the 15 is in here, port all the way to the side, just like the 12, and we are 16 inches away from the hatch, just like the 12 as well. And all doors and windows will be closed. Let's get to testing. Okay, everything is hooked up. Again, did not mess with any of the controls. Over up there, we'll only be adjusting from my bass knob back here. DB meter in the same spot. Let's start with 35 hertz on low power and then go up from there. 261 watts, got a 123. 654 watts, 127.8. 2769 watts, and we got up to a 137.2. 4,777 watts, just about on par with what we peaked at with the 12-inch sub. But look at that, guys. We got a 139.7, definitely beating what we got with the 12-inch sub at 35 hertz. Give it one more shot just to see if we can get above 140. That was 4,589 watts. Ah, look at that though, guys. A 140.5 at 35 hertz. We've already tied with 40 and 45 hertz that we got from the 12-inch box. 40 hertz, super low power to start with. 264 watts. Got a 128.1. 1,028 watts. Got a 137.4. 3,634 watts. And we have our highest score so far, guys, a 140.8. All right, we've got our knob maxed out. Let's see if we can improve anything over that. 4,020 watts. But look at that, 141.7. Last portion of our test, time to go to 45 hertz. Turn this to some pretty low power. Let's see what we get. 287 watts, and we got a 133. 1,027 watts, and a 134.2. 2,679 watts, and we got a 139.8. 3,762 watts. Oh my goodness, that is way louder though, guys. Look at that, 143.8. We've got this guy maxed out. Once again, we have not changed anything up there. Let's see if we can squeeze anything more out of it, or if that was the best we're gonna get. Woo, definitely push some more power to it, guys. 3,979 watts, but hey, just a 143.7. Let's check out the results, guys, for these. We actually had a little less power here with the 15 at 35 hertz, but we got 2.6 dB higher on the score, so that is awesome. Over here, very close in power at 40 hertz, and we got 1.2 dB higher with actually a little bit less power. So the 15 definitely putting in work, doing better over there. And then we were actually able to squeeze more power at 45 hertz. We got a much, much higher score, 3.3 dB higher, guys. That is quite the jump. Now I know 3.3 dB may not sound like much of a jump, but when you get above 40 hertz, every dB gain is quite large. Much bigger than a dB gain below 40 hertz. Y'all, decibels do not rise linearly. They basically rise at an exponential rate, sort of. So it's much harder to go from 40 to 45 hertz than it is to go from 35 to 40 hertz, and so on and so forth. So yes, we did have 400 more watts at the 45 hertz, but we jumped quite an impressive amount as far as the decibels. I know a lot of people do use the SBL lab meters. They seem to be pretty consistent, seem to be pretty good, guys. And hey, these are the results. Now, once again, it's just not 100% a, pure science down to it. This is for entertainment, guys. I know everybody's gonna have their own opinion on this test, but if you were wondering, is a 15 louder than a 12 and even significantly louder, guys, I'm gonna have to say yes. Now, that being said, there's a lot of things that go into this, guys. Again, you have a different box. Depending on what box you get, what sub you get, not every 15 is gonna automatically be louder than every 12. Box plays a huge component in that, and the sub being matched with the box. All that really does play a big part, guys. So always take that into account. You want in a good box. You're trying to get louder, guys. Just getting a 15, not necessarily going to solve your problems. Make sure to get a box that really matches that 15 or your 12 well. Other stuff you can do, getting your electrical and your amp up to par. If you are starving this sub for power, if you're clipping the power going to it, you're really not going to get much more performance. You want a good amp that can put out enough power to properly supply the sub so you have nice, clean power going to it. And then you need the electrical to back up that amp so you're not starving the amp of amperage, so it can supply your sub with what you need, guys. Doing the basics, having a good foundation is definitely the first step to getting a louder system. Thank you guys so much for checking in. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you thought of that test, guys. Let me know your experience with a 12 versus a 15. How much louder did that make it? Should you want to check out these subs, there will be affiliate links in the description below. Should you want to help support the channel, guys, go check out those links. I really appreciate it. And remember, if you want to be entered for the giveaway, check out the link in the description to my Facebook page. Go follow that. I'll be posting the details on that giveaway here soon. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. But remember, as always, keep basing on.